Rahul had always loved collecting old things, vinyl records, vintage cameras, even rusted pocket watches, but the VHS tape was different. He found it at a flea market in Delhi, tucked between dusty copies of Bollywood classics. The label was faded, but he could just make out the words, "Recording, do not play." Curious, Rahul took it home and hooked up his old VCR. The tape was grainy at first, showing static, then a dimly lit room. A man sat in a chair, his back to the camera, unmoving. Then, slowly, his head began to turn too far, too wrong. The face that came into view wasn't human. Its mouth stretched into a grin, black liquid dripping from its lips. A whisper crackled through the speakers. "You shouldn't have watched." The screen cut to black. Rahul tried to eject the tape, but the VCR wouldn't let go. The machine whirred louder, the tape still rolling, except now, the footage showed his room, his bed, and in the corner, a shadowy figure, watching. The whispers started that night, soft at first, then clearer. "You're next." Rahul destroyed the tape, smashed the VCR, but the whispers didn't stop, because whatever was on that tape was now in his house, and it was waiting for him to close his eyes. The 2:15 a.m. local was always empty. That's why Aditi took it. No crowds, no noise, just the rhythmic clatter of wheels on tracks as the train cut through the darkness. But tonight, something was wrong. The lights flickered as the train entered a tunnel. When they came back on, Aditi wasn't alone. A woman in a white sari sat across from her, head bowed, wet hair clinging to her face. Water dripped from her clothes, pooling on the floor. Aditi's breath caught. The woman hadn't been there a second ago. Then, the train stopped. No station, just blackness outside the windows. The doors didn't open. The woman lifted her head. Her eyes were missing just hollow, bleeding sockets. "You took my seat," she hissed. Aditi stumbled back as the woman stood, her limbs moving unnaturally, bones cracking. The lights died again. When they returned, the train was full. Dozens of pale faces turned toward Aditi, all whispering the same thing. "This is our train now." The doors slid open, not to a platform, but to endless darkness. Hands grabbed Aditi, pulling her into the void. The 2:15 a.m. local never stopped again. But sometimes, passengers say they hear knocking from inside, the tunnel,